In a pre-New Year diplomatic peace push, U.S. President Donald Trump met Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy in Florida on Sunday. Now, this meeting came just a day after Russia launched fresh attacks on residential areas of Ukraine's capital, Kyiv. Now, Trump, who had promised a peace deal on day one of his nearly year-old presidency, said it would become clear within weeks whether it was possible to end the war that has killed tens of thousands of people since February of 2022. Now, despite projecting optimism, Trump offered few details on real progress, instead criticizing former U.S. President Joe Biden's multi-billion-dollar military support to Ukraine and highlighting his own personal rapport with Russian President Vladimir Putin.
We had a terrific meeting. We discussed a lot of things. As you know, I had an excellent phone call with President Putin that lasted for over 2 hours. We discussed a lot of points, and I do think we're getting a lot closer, maybe very close. Russia wants to see Ukraine succeed. Once, it sounds a little strange, but I was explaining to the president, President Putin was very generous in his feeling toward Ukraine succeeding, including supplying energy, electricity, and other things at very low prices.
Trump admitted that Kyiv and Moscow remain divided, mainly on territorial control. The latest proposal, shaped after weeks of intense U.S.-Ukraine talks, would freeze the war along current front lines in eastern Donbass with a demilitarized buffer zone. Russia, however, continues to demand territorial concessions.
Mr. President, have you agreed on the so-called free trade zone on Donbass? How to separate the sides? How to make the separation line? Who will be responsible?
The word agreed is too strong. I would say not agreed, but we're getting closer to an agreement on that, and that's a big issue. Certainly, that's one of the big issues, and I think we're closer than we were probably. It's unresolved, but it's getting a lot closer. That's a very tough issue, but one that I think will get resolved.